Yes, Jackie Brawls.
Folks, it's Dunlap over here. On this side of it.
On this side of what?
Jackie's on the other side. I don't know. Mentally. Like, I think people picture us on different sides. So I was just playing into that.
On the side of, I don't know what you're saying.
I think
on the
in
side of
people's
what?
mind, I'm sitting on the side of a table or these two chairs, maybe the sides of a room, but I don't think.
I thought you was talking about sides of an issue or something, like he's on that side and the other one's on that side. What kind of point, where you crossfire? That's what I thought you was saying, and I want to know what side I'm on. If you saying that, you better tell me what side I'm on, because I may not want to be on it.
Okay, you're on the side, the wrong side.
What? Not.
You're on the side of the old people.
Old people?
The generation whose outdated ways of looking at the world through hatred and bigotry.
What? I ain't on that side.
And smells.
I am not
awful smells.
I ain't on any side like that. No, sir.
Dying out.
No, sir. Let me tell you. No, you see you trying to put. No. Now, look. Down here at the store, I put that bucket out front. And I'm telling you right now, it's been, not a whole lot of people, but unfortunately some of them. We live down here in the South, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I say, if they come in and they got that old Confederate flag on, I said, no, sir. You put it in that bucket right there before you step in this store.
Jackie started a Confederate flag bucket.
Well, I said, leave it there, and then either leave it there, unless, I'm going to donate it to the museum if they get that up right again, because it can be inside a museum, that's fine. But
we all have agreed on that. The flag, Confederate flag, inside of a museum is fine.
I don't have no problem with that. That's history. You should know your history.
Tanisha Coates said it. We all said it. It can go. Nobody's going to go into a museum and say this flag don't belong here. That's not even an issue.
No.
So I don't know why people are bringing it up like we want to get it out of the museums. I don't know that people are saying that actually.
Now, I don't know what I've got in the bucket out front. I don't know if the museum's going to need all the T-shirts and the hats and the belt buckles. I'm going to take them down there because,
They might add a room, a Confederate flag room, if this keeps going on. Because some people fish their Confederate flag paraphernalia out of the Confederate flag bucket.
Yeah.
After they leave Jackie's store.
Well, then they can keep it. And they don't, if they're coming back here, it's got to go back in that bucket. But I tell some of them, you think about, you put it in that bucket, and you think about whether you want put it back on when you go.
And some of them do, and some of them say, you know what? I got about 7 or 8 more of these at home. I don't need this.
Well,
I'll leave this in the bucket and make it look to people like I'm doing something right now. But when this all dies down, I'll just go in the closet and get my other hat.
No.
With the Confederate flag.
No, look.
Some people are saying that.
Well, I know they're saying that. And there's some people, I ain't going to name no names on here, but there's some people, he didn't even, he took the belt buckle off. He said, oh, hell, I didn't even think about that. He had it on.
People are forgetful.
Well, because it's in the South.
It's everywhere.
Not everywhere, but it's a lot of places. So much so that you just don't think about it one way or the other. It's just, you see it here, you see it there. It's on, cars, postcards. Now the Civil War, down there, Stone's River battlefield, famous. So that's fine. It's okay to be there. And when they're out there dressed up, but how they do it. They get out there and act like it.
Civil War reenactors.
Yeah, but just the war part where they shoot.
Don't fly it from your truck on the way home.
No, that's,
Well, if you want to, okay, it's fine, but you're an asshole. There's lots of legal things you can do, like fly a Confederate flag from your truck. But you're an asshole.
Well, people, it's just been around so long. Some people are brought up, not didn't live through civil rights or whatever. They weren't around, didn't know what was going on when they were using that flag. Well, I guess he's always using a bad way. I say he was using a bad way then, but way back in Civil War.
It was still kind of
slavery. That's terrible. Is all I'm saying. But old Duke boys had it on the car, on TV. And they were nice people, too. The Duke boys,
do
Uncle
anything
Jesse,
in the world for
they were sweet as can be.
How many episodes of the Dukes of Hazzard wasn't even Boss Hogg coming down on them? It'd be like somebody who runs the diner down the street.
Yeah.
Boss Hogg's coming down on them. And the Duke's like, well, we got to help them out.
Yeah.
Or like, Carl.
Well, moonshine is illegal aside from that.
Lot of other moonshiners who needed help on the Dukes of Hazzard, and the Duke boys said, we got to help these moonshiners out.
Now, they just weren't thinking. They didn't take. Now, they didn't have a whole lot of black friends on there that I recall.
I think there were some.
There was every now and then, yeah, but
I think there was wasn't there a black sheriff from another county?
Probably, yeah.
Like much better at his job than Roscoe.
Well, everybody's better than Roscoe. It's either Roscoe or Boniface, the worst deputies ever.
Roscoe is a sheriff.
Oh, I saw you right.
Cletus.
That's right.
Deputies.
That's right. He works under Boss Hogg. Hogg. Didn't Boss Hogg have an actual title?
Was he county commissioner?
He was something like that.
I may be reaching. Look, Jackie, just because you, and everyone, I won't say this to everyone, just because you put a Confederate flag bucket outside your business and tell everybody to put all the Confederate flags they're wearing in the bucket before they come in, does not mean you are giving up your Southern for Life card.
Oh, you can't help but be Southern.
It doesn't mean, Jackie, that you can ignore who's a deputy and who's a sheriff on the Dukes of Hazzard.
I just couldn't remember who was. I didn't think through. The Boss Hogg was. I knew he wasn't a sheriff, but I knew, Roscoe worked under him. He was Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane. I just did bad police officers not sheriffs, the worst ones. On TV anyway. I know there's these days a lot of bad police, unfortunately. There's good ones too.
But you can still like Roscoe and be outraged over police shooting people in the back and by the pool and stuff like that.
You should be, yeah.
You can be also everybody. A lot of this people are conflicted this week because of the awful. Let's talk about how it's affecting white people. Awful stuff happened this week, and there's a lot of people conflicted, dealing with things, trying to figure out how to help and how to represent themselves in this awful world. But I just want to say, you can still be a proud Southerner.
Yeah.
These days, you can still be proud to be from the South. You have to be a little bit ashamed, though. You do have to be partially ashamed. But also, you can be partially proud. So,
is this Southern or all white people?
Oh, that's different. Let's just talk Southern.
Oh, that's because we talk about the flag, is what I'm saying. But I didn't know.
Southern white people. I'm talking about Southern white people.
That's his own thing. I understand. All right.
All white people. You can be, as a white person and Southern, you can say, I'm proud to be Southern. I'm also partially ashamed. You cannot say you're proud to be white.
No, hell no, you don't say that.
No, Southern or not. Any white person cannot say you're proud to be white. That's just something because people are going to go, why would you say that? I think it's understood that you probably take a little pride in the fact that you run the world, and no matter how much you're out there trying to help the oppressed people and maybe quieting your own voice to let other voices be heard, and however you're trying to be an ally out there in this new world, I think people realize that you're probably still a little proud to be white, which should make you ashamed. Look, I don't make the rules.
I don't know what the rules are anymore. I just know what's terrible is, and I know right now that the flag goes in the bucket for right now. Now, you know, if somebody does something good with the flag on, which I don't see happening,
What would that be?
I don't know. I'm
Okay,
just saying
let's say-
it ain't ever going to be a good flag again. It's, you know, it's...
Okay, let's say there's a house fire, and that family is trapped inside the house family, and they're a family of color, not white. And somebody's walking by, and they're wearing an outfit made entirely of Confederate flag.
They used to be that man run around. Remember in the politics, used to wear, didn't he wear Southern, he wore a Confederate flag and a helmet or something. What, that was...
Who is that?
I don't
know.
remember. I remember it going on.
We need to do a history podcast.
It was something on the, I ain't making it up, it was something on the computer.
And he wore a...
Captain something. It was terrible. I'm telling you, it's bad.
Wait,
It
was
was
this
something-
old or recent?
That's racing. How
You
said
talking
he had
about
a
the
helmet.
wrestler that wrote speeches for, who was that? The Confederate Avenger or
That's
something
it.
like that?
Confederate Avenger
Oh,
used to
what
run
about-
around. Yeah. Okay. Let's say you might as well just say it's him.
Well, no, I didn't want him to be that racist. I'm just saying some guy who threw their through their Confederate flag privilege, which is what we're talking about here in the South. White people are wearing. There's so many Confederate flags everywhere that we don't even see them. We don't think about. On my way over here, I had Confederate flag socks on. I had and I looked down, I was like, what the fuck? I had to pull over.
Take them off. Yeah.
I had to put them socks in the ditch. I don't know where I got them. I don't remember buying them.
Somebody could have got for Christmas. You don't know. It's every which way. It's been that way, maybe, and obviously it shouldn't be now.
I spent the weekend going through everything, looking for. There's Confederate flag stickers, like puffy stickers of the Confederate. I'm like, where'd these come from? I'm having to scrape them off my desk.
Well,
It's everywhere, and so when people say, I don't want credit. I'm just saying, it took me a good couple of days to comb through everything.
now I have American flag sometimes. On the stick, I put it in the door out front. That's holidays because I don't want to leave it out there.
And also sometimes you use it for safety, to like jam the door so nobody can get in.
Well, it sits in there, right? That's how I get it sometimes it don't. But, a door still, I got other ways to keep that door shut to put the flag in, is what I'm saying, so I don't get any ideas. But I have that flag, and I'll just say right now, some people say, Jackie, you ain't a real Southerner, but Civil War, because it was here all my life, it never was my thing. Like, you won't go see, go Civil War, battlefield, Stone River, all that stuff. Yeah, okay, but it just wasn't, they'd stay and talk to the people and watch the people shooting and all that. It's what it is, but I never did care for it. I always liked World War II. That was always my favorite one. I got in my one flag, I got a Japanese flag when I took them over, and all the troops signed their names on it. Now, my buddy had that, and now, I was in the Army. I wasn't in the Army around that time. All I did was guard Jeep, but this older man, friend of my daddy's, he gave me that, and I got that hanging up.
Firebombing.
What?
Listen, Jackie, your war trophies aside.
It ain't my war trophy. It's history. Now, it's inside the house. I ain't taking the Japanese flag, taking it outside and show it to everybody.
Well, what if some Japanese people stop by?
Ain't no Japanese people ever come over, and I ain't saying they ain't welcome, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I see.
No,
I guess they know where they can and can't go in Jackie Broll's mind.
What do you mean? If I'm not sitting there going to sit here and invite Japanese people over my house just to prove you wrong, but for whatever reason, ain't no Japanese people ever come by as far as I can remember. Maybe UPS man, Asian fella, something one time or another, but they didn't come in the house. But it wasn't because I didn't want him to. Just didn't want a UPS man in the house.
Yeah, he doesn't trust you.
I don't care what color y'all. You got that little brown suit on. You see those trucks everywhere all the time. Ain't that many people, need them on your street delivering.
So you think UPS is a ruse?
I'm just saying, I know it's shifted to me. That's all I'm saying. Mailman's regular. He'll deliver packs fine. I know the mailman. Known him, for a good, 10, 15, 20 years now.
Controversial.
I don't know different UPS man every time.
Jackie hates Confederate flags and is in support of the U.S. Postal Service.
I just never had, Civil War wasn't my thing. I didn't have bad reasons to have it up right now that we're learning, there just ain't no good reason to have it, I reckon. I can't think of a museum. Like I said, put it there, it's fine.
I say in these days of ISIS attacking museums, I say the more stuff we can shove into museums, the better.
Why you bring ISIS into it? It's horrible enough as it is. I don't bring ISIS into everything.
Well, ISIS hates museums, and we're like, look, we're putting more things in museums, you assholes.
I don't want ISIS over here tearing up our museums. It sound like you trying to...
This is a perfect... Okay, we've had this plot for a long time.
We've
been trying to sell it to Obama.
Put museums over there, not have them over here. Don't want ISIS over here.
Museum. But think of this, Jackie. If we set up a museum over there...
Brand new museum opening up, ISIS hears about it, yeah.
But the museum was a Confederate flag museum.
Yeah.
And then ISIS attacks the Confederate flag museum. Guess who's on a boat to go attack ISIS? All these racist assholes. So they're over there fighting ISIS because they blew up the Confederate flag museum. I say that's win-win.
ISIS need to be taken care of either way, however you want to do it.
So a guy in a suit made completely out of Confederate flags just because he wasn't thinking. He got laundry day. He's in the closet. Like, I hadn't worn this in a while. Not consciously racist, but playing into the racist system that we as white Southerners do not recognize, but slaps black people in the face every day when they see those Confederate suits on people.
Well, like I said, it's Duke boys all everywhere else. He's just like you say, I never did think anything about it. But that's the point, is that you didn't think about it. That's what it is.
So he's walking by and the house is on fire. He rushes in, saves all the people. Then maybe, and then in his press conference, he apologizes for the suit. But then maybe as a nation, we get together and say, this man is a Sully Sullenberger. He's a hero. And from now on, we can all sign off on this. Confederate flag equals saving people from a fire.
Nice. That wouldn't work. They'd say, good job, but he need to take that suit off is what they say.
Yeah, throw it in the fire is what he should have done.
I don't want him running in there naked saving people. I don't want to get that a trend either. Put something on.
Is it better to be a naked saver of people or to be a Confederate flag suit wearing saver of people? It don't matter
what he's wearing. I'd rather you have something on that cover you up than run in there with everything. I don't like people walking around. I don't want it to end up being people walking around naked. I'm scared enough as it is. I'm scared every day, everything I learn in the news and see Obama, all this, I don't even talk about it because,
look,
I don't want to live long enough to see that happen, so I don't think even joking about it's funny.
You think Obama's going to encourage people to be naked?
I wouldn't be surprised if that just, one last thing before he gets out of there.
Take your pants off. Hey, here's one more thing I'd like to point out about the Confederate flag. It really did just leave my mind.
What?
Huckabee, I could talk about Huckabee. Huckabee He can't get over this Confederate flag. They was talking about this years ago, and he's still talking. He doesn't like it when people say, take down the Confederate flag. That should states. He doesn't like outside agitators coming in.
Well,
saying,
there's a lot of people that living in that,
they want to take it down.
They won't. It ain't all outsiders. A lot of people don't. Most people, like, again, you don't think about it one way or the other. Most people didn't. There's a lot of people, because this horrible thing happened, realize for the first time, like, oh, hell, what they got that up for, They didn't know.
But when they set up in 2000, when they set it up to move it from where it was right over
take it off, put it on the old part or something, like it couldn't be on the regular.
So they made sure that it's complicated enough that they can't just say, somebody take that down. There's laws preventing the removal.
You can't touch it except on certain days or something like that. That's all. I don't know how many different, because they may be wanting to take it down and just can't do it yet, because, you can't even touch the pole or anything on it.
If somebody bazookaed it down, would they have to put another one up?
Well, don't encourage any of that. I don't care how bad anything is. I don't want people getting bazookas for nothing.
Drones? Just fly a drone into
I
it?
don't want nobody having a robot flying around my head. I don't care, even if it's to do good. I don't want people running around naked, and I don't want robots flying into the sky. I don't want any of that. That ain't the world I want. I don't want the Confederate flag hanging up either, but find another way to take it down besides those two things.
If lightning struck it, would they have to put another one up?
I don't know all the laws on it. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be a bunch of them. Well,
So a lot of people didn't even realize it was there. Probably black people did.
I don't doubt it.
People driving by just forgot it was there. But when they set up these laws, they made sure that they could never get it the fuck down. So it's just hanging up there persistently. That was 2000, and Jeb Bush took his Confederate flag in Florida.
Now, there you go. There you go. I know we pick on calling him mush face, things like that, but he did that good thing.
So he deserves a medal for taking down the Confederate flag.
I don't know about a medal. He just
in
did the
this
right
current
You don't
century.
need to be patted on the back for doing the right thing. Don't encourage that. Just do what you're supposed to do. Everybody expects something. Give me this, give me that. They want the presidency right now, is what I know. Now Mitt Romney come out. Old Mitt Romney, he said, get that, get it down.
Now, who's saying don't take it down?
Yeah,
Huckabee?
Huckabee wants it up there. Huckabee wants a lot of things. He wants that. He wants, gay people, stop it. And he wants guns in the church.
Guns in the church.
Now, I ain't going to jump. The flag issue, I got issue with Huckabee. I had done give up on the gay thing. That's over and done with. I ain't got nothing to say on that. But the gun thing, I'd sit down and have a discussion about that. If you had the one, gunman in the church, that's just something to consider.
What is the conversation you want to have?
About guns, having guns in the church. Not the bad guns. I'm talking about good guns. Somebody in there with a gun could have,
Could have stopped.
Because now, Huckabee was a preacher how long?
Well, that's why he wants guns.
Well,
Every preacher worth their salt wants to be able to carry a gun.
Well,
in the
that's
church
what I'm saying.
To scare people.
He strapped up there. I don't know how many sermons he did. Probably had that gun.
Preachers love to scare people anyway. That's all. That's what they're all about.
Well, don't scare from do the right thing sometimes, not go to hell. Yeah.
So if they could point a gun at you in church, you sitting in the pulpit, and they say, "You better not think gay thoughts." Click.
Now he
just to scare them.
No, that's not what he wants a gun for. He wants a gun for protection, like everybody else wants a gun. But you got before you could even get to that conversation with him, you got to get through the first all the children getting touched. All that stuff's awful, and then you got to get through the flag stuff. And what's the other one?
Gays, flags.
Yeah, I ain't got to say get the gay thing. That's it.
So you think he has a point? Well, maybe okay. Here's a compromise.
But you can't get to all of them. You can't get to anything that they might have to say that's got any sense because the rest of it's on top of it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, so you're saying that maybe guns in church makes sense, but I can't listen to you till you let gay people get married and take down the Confederate flag.
And the one thing that you do say that makes sense, I don't know if I can completely trust that because of everything else you said.
I don't think. I'm going to say the guns in church thing probably doesn't make sense either.
Well,
hey, but here's an idea. Instead of carrying it on you, like, okay, we don't want people to be able to carry guns into church. Instead, we will holler out some Bibles and put guns in all of them. We'll take some of these hymnals.
Well, that's what they got on now on the airplane. What do you call marshal, right? Air marshal. You don't know who it is.
He has a hollowed out Bible with a gun in it?
There's one. It's the same thing. No, he don't. It's the same kind of thing. You got that man on the plane to keep people from doing that terrorist stuff to the church terrorist stuff. You got somebody in the church.
You need a church marshal.
You don't know who it is. Only person knows probably, maybe the deacons would know. Everybody would try to know. Everybody be going up to him.
Church marshal.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know who it is. He's the one that's got to haul it out. Don't do, you always looking over your shoulder because you don't, people don't act up in planes because they don't want, air marshal shoot them. Same thing in church. Behave in church. Don't come in,
Got some ammo hid in the baptismal pool.
Church marshal.
Are you just saying this because you just watch Nonstop?
Huh?
Liam Neeson.
He was the worst one. What are you talking about?
He was the worst air marshal? He saved everybody at the end.
Oh, he was drinking, acting up, and did a lot of stuff unnecessary. He should just, that one fella he thought was the man who turned out it was way later on.
Spoilers.
He should have just took care of that one to begin with.
Bush doctrine.
Well, put church marshal something I could consider, or like I said, at least talk about it. I ain't necessarily 100% behind that, but I'll sit and listen to you. But again, probably not from Mike Huckabee.
Huckabee. He wants all them. He has a lot of ideas.
He's also got evidently a lot of friends child molesters.
That's true. We keep finding there's more and more of them every day.
That makes you wonder after a while.
Well, Jackie, now Jesus did not hang out with the church people. He was down there with the prostitutes and the tax collectors.
That's true. You're right about that.
So Huckabee, I guess, figured out he just to do what Jesus did. He needed to hang out with the pedophiles and the child molesters and the child rapists, I guess. I mean,
I don't care what the purpose was. I'm not going to hang out with any of that, what you just said. I would never know.
That's why you ain't a preacher.
You damn right. That's right. I ain't a preacher. I'll be a air marshal, no church marshal, and if I saw anybody touching Little, they'd get it. The worst place to do it is in church, I admit, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. A lot happens in church. A lot of churches.
Well, he said, why not give all them Duggar girls guns?
He said that?
No, I'm more or less, he said church, if you had the guns in church, it may not have happened, but maybe if all them Duggar girls, I don't know how many of them got, and I don't want to know, but maybe I could have kept them from getting,
Or but he might have had a gun, too, and caught them when
could have made them do it. Now, bad people, good people. We know that. There ain't no West.
You give everybody a gun. Maybe if we all had guns.
I wonder about that. I don't know. It just gets worse and worse.
I mean, people say it'd be like OK Corral, but that didn't happen all the time. OK Corral's famous because it was so bad, right? I mean, it wasn't like every day was OK Corral. Mostly it was just petting horses and riding horses.
I like it. That's good.
Feeding the horses.
I like all that stuff, yeah. And like one...
Prostitutes.
But one shootout, OK Corral, that's a good one. That, as far as history is concerned, movies, things like that.
What happened at OK Corral, I don't know.
Isn't that this old Wild Bill? What? No, who is it?
I don't know.
It's Tombstone, ain't it?
I got so much to Google. Got to look that up. And the Confederate suit
I'm
guy.
pretty sure it's Tombstone. That's Wild Earp, not Wild Bill.
Sick one.
No, he ain't sick. Doctor. Is.
Doc Holiday.
Doc Holliday sick as hell. Yeah.
We should do a back-to-back Tombstone, and what's the other one?
Huh?
What was the other one like Tombstone that come out around the same time?
That's Wide Earp.
Wide Earp.
So Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
That
boring.
was slow. It's just
awful.
Yeah, terrible.
We should watch that.
You won't. No, I'd watch it. You just said it was awful. Tombstone's good.
Well, back then it might have been awful because I was young and
No,
all I was thinking about was
awful. I like westerns and I know some of them slow. And the picture come out, and you look, but I seen enough westerns where I ain't got to look at the field, like he's looking at it over the field for 15 minutes or whatever. I don't get to the action, and the thing is, it's about 3 hours long, and it takes to get to the OK Corral to end. Where Tombstone is that's what it all is. It's a fighting and a shooting and having a good, I don't know, good time for them, but it's fun to watch for me.
It is hard to figure out how these deplorable acts of violence occur over and over again. Why can't we all just sit home and watch the fake violence that we're fed daily?
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta go. I forgot. I have a collector's item belt buckle, Confederate belt buckle. I'm gonna sell it on eBay. Is that wrong? I gotta get it out of the bucket when we go outside.
What are you gonna do with the money though? If you sell that, what are you gonna do with the money after you sell it?
Maybe I'll download some Kendrick Lamar.
What? I don't know. What?
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Wow. We need a more somber alternate theme song we can play. Like on NPR, when something gets blown up or somebody dies, they have that like sadder with the sad horns. We need a sad horn version.
I don't listen to NPR. I don't. I know it's saying when something bad happens on the news.
You come in like dang, 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 dang. It sounds disrespectful. We don't mean to be disrespectful.
No, we don't.
We really don't.
This is awful.
We really don't.
Didn't really know how to do this, honestly, with you, but
here we are, doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, if you've committed, I'd also like to remind everybody that this is episode 137, and this is not a week to pat ourselves on the back, but I'd like to say that I don't think we've missed one of these damn weeks at all.
One time now you go out of town. One of them had to go in town this year to watch a movie.
We record ahead of time. I think there were a couple times where we did some best of, some all sponsors.
Yeah, that's got you. Tried to sit down and do that with me. I got too much talking. I can't listen to all that.
But there's always something, even those we talk at the beginning and end of those, and there's not that many of them. And here we are, 137 weeks later, 2015.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
This is, and then we could like do a little stinger.
What's stinger? I don't know.
Or something. Wait, like I go, here we are, and they go. That sounds more like the Mork and Mindy theme.
Mork and Mindy theme.
Or Newhart.
I can't remember. I never did watch Newhart.
I don't know if Newhart and Mork and Mindy's themes sound alike or if they both have just like helicopter shots of trees.
What?
In the opening credits.
I must Mork sometime because Daddy on there was funny, but he's just too much business all over the place. Wears me out. Bless your soul. Bless your soul.
You know who's a good? Oh, and then rest his soul, and then we could go.
No, I didn't mean that. I liked him and other things. Didn't like Mork is all. It's the only thing silly to me. I like other things he did.
But you don't like the Morkier roles, like when he was all Morky, like
just jumping all over the place. It's just too much for me.
Good Morning Vietnam. It's kind of Morky.
Well, that was good because he's helping the troops. I like that one fine.
What about Aladdin? That's Morkier.
Well, that's cartoon. That's different. He's blue and, it ain't real.
I think he did the actual voice on the Mork cartoon.
Well, did he?
They had a dog. Didn't he have a dog on that?
I didn't watch no Mork cartoon.
Did they have the Confederate flag on the Dukes of Hazzard cartoon?
That's something I don't know.
Where they would race around the world?
I remember they had a cartoon of it, but I don't know if I put that on the cartoon. You look on your phone, see if it's on there.
I guess we need to.
Like
I thought we were done with the Confederate flag hunk, but I guess we're still talking about it.
For children, well, the TV show was for children, too. That's a good thing about the show outside Confederate flag. They never said anything about Confederate flag. It's named after General Lee. He's, Civil War.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, well, that's the name of the car, General Lee. Civil War.
Okay, here's a picture of the Dukes cartoon, but you can't see the hood because they're all.
Well, there got to be a picture of it jumping
in front of it.
Get on YouTube and see how the show is, because when they racing, sometimes you got to see top of the car on there.
Okay, this is season 1 starring Coy and Vance. Okay, all right. Well, it starts out. Oh man! It starts out with the Confederate flag, and the cars tear through it as they're bursting.
Well, they're tearing it up, though.
They are tearing it up. You're right. Okay.
They're running over it. They said somebody stretch it out, and they run right through it.
Here's what I'm watching, folks. It's called The Dukes Cartoon -dash opening credits.
Clip of the week.
266.
I don't know if I want something with the Confederate flag big clip of the week, though.
Well,
so don't.
History. Let's pretend
it's museum.
Museum.
It was on TV at one time or another. Clip of the week. Not support of old Confederate flag at all. Just history.
Okay, so
here's cartoon history.
Here's what we see. We see. It comes up Dukes Cartoon 1983. There's the Confederate flag, and Boss Hogg's car jumps through it and tears it up. And then the Dukes.
Good.
Yep, there's a Confederate flag right on top of that children's cartoon car.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Now, see, this song here, not near as good as the real Duke songs of Waylon Jennings. I don't know who this is.
Racing old Boss Hogg clear around the world. Yeah. And they got to win the prize money so Boss can't foreclose on the family farm.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Okay, I just want to say they just inflated tires on the General Lee so that when it landed, it could bounce high. Listen, the General Lee, I wish it had another name this week, especially. But the General Lee, let's just call it their car. Their car,
Luke, Bo, yeah.
Bo and Luke's car. Even saying Bo and Luke sounds kind of raw right now. Maybe we should just stop talking about the Dukes of Hazzard entirely.
Well, it's just that thing.
Listen, here,
it's awful. It's that nobody thinks about it one way or the other. Some people, that's the problem. Most of the people think about it terrible. There's going to always be them. It's the people in between that don't think, oh, yeah, I see. I didn't think about that,
People's eyes are being opened.
That's a good thing, ain't it?
I remember when I was a kid and Dukes of Hazzard cartoon come on, I was real excited, even though it was Vance and Coy. And Uncle Jesse talking to his little pet raccoon, whose name I forget, and he's reading the letters, and the Duke boys are going all around the world spreading that, using their American charm.
You used to put it on down here and then on the store, too, and I had to keep it, had it on TV.
Excited, and of course, I never thought, but now I only hope that my little black classmates saw it every week and did not burst into tears. I don't know what that would do to you as a person every week to see on the top of a poorly animated automobile traveling around the world. Also, not the best image for America in this race around the world.
Not right now. That's probably
not right now. Or not in
the best.
1983.
You could have just covered it up.
They should have.
If you're leaving Hazzard County, might want to.
Yeah, we'll give you in Hazzard County. Everybody, okay.
Bo and Luke to it
have
again.
Built
it goes
up
back.
some goodwill, and people might give them a second chance. Again, not cool. That's just seeing that car driving around. No. Even in Hazzard County, they need to. They got to take that off. They can't have it. They can't have that on there anymore. But especially in, Australia or wherever.
I mean, Civil War, a long time ago. So in
Australia, they're like, get over it, mate.
Well,
today I can't do Uncle Jesse's voice. It sounded like, I don't know who that sounded like. It didn't sound like Denver Powell.
Well, they like to do. They go into Australia, is what's saying in the race.
They go to Australia, and Uncle Jesse's race. Well, today we were over in Australia, and then there was a.
That don't sound nothing like.
There was here it comes down the. Yeah, we saw a kangaroo, and the kangaroo. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
That sound like so will be fine, children, if you just took a. Yeah, Confederate flag. It's been a long time, and no people gonna be upset at me for saying this, but I don't want. I don't have a strong enough reason to put it up. It ain't. There's no reason I want to begin with. So why would it? Don't make any sense to me.
Like, who gives a shit? Come on, everybody.
I wouldn't say it that way with the language.
Let's take it. Oh, come on, everybody. Come on.
Because I know people around here saying, then nobody going to tell me to do this
Jackie
or that.
Makes them take it off and throw it in the bucket, and then on the way out, they're like, a lot of Jackie has opened a lot of eyes.
Well, I just had enough of it.
And he means it. I was coming in shirtless, so I went in the bucket thinking, porch light of the store wasn't that. These fluorescents out here, they so covered with moths, they don't put out no light. I thought I was reaching in the chest towel bucket because I was shirtless. Sometimes I like to be out in the sun and let my breasts absorb that
don't care about
vitamin D. When you're out in the sun, it's hot. It's hot summertime, and your breasts just get so hot, and the heat, they get heated up. You know how your breasts get heated up? My breasts.
Well, you be quiet. I don't want to hear all this.
They get red.
I don't care what to do.
Sizzling.
I don't want to hear it. Nobody else does. Enough of it.
And then you walk in a convenience store, and that cold air hits you. Feels good on your breasts. But Jackie won't let you come in the store shirtless.
Oh,
we
sure.
talked about this last week. Chest towels.
That's what, a lot of people coming in. They're having
Jackie
it on
has a lot of rules.
Well, I built this business, about it really years ago, but I'd built a lot, been running it for years and years. And I have every right to have whatever rule I want to have in here. The people come in, they got it on chest, especially right now. Even if you didn't think about it one way or other with what's going on in this country, to put it on right now, that's the main thing. That's shameful. You should have known better if you just an idiot. But anyway, he come down. I said, you ain't coming in there, put that in the thing. So then he took it, threw it in the bucket, started to come in. I said, no, sir, you ain't coming in here with no shirt. And he's like, what the hell I'm supposed to do? And then, of course, the other buckets got chest towels in it.
I reached in that Confederate flag bucket and put one of them on because I thought that was a chest towel bucket, and Jackie run me out of the store.
Damn right I did. Swap it out.
But, I mean, he had to get an overflow Confederate flag bucket. That's why he's taking it to the museum. How many buckets you filled up now, 3 or 4?
I don't know. It's more than I thought, to be honest with you. I'm ashamed to say.
It is a lot of Confederate flag memorabilia. More than you would think. It's even on a Dukes of Hazzard cartoon.
And all this stuff, flag stuff, all this, my opinion needs to be talked about. I ain't saying that, but ain't it pretty much just a distraction? I mean, let's get over, basically what I'm saying, get over the flag stuff. Just get rid of it. Don't fight for something stupid like flag. And then they get to, get to the real problem, trying to get people to get along.
Wants the farm and the money for himself. So he's been a cheating and a scheming every foot of the way. Just give him a race to run. Generally, son of a gun. Ooh, we're gonna have some fun.
There's going to be people calling up. Now, listen. Now, we're sitting here telling everybody telling people not to do I don't want people to wear that flag on there. You playing the flag on here. Even though you can't see it, isn't it still bad just to play it?
Sometimes you need to be reminded.
History, all right.
So that you can move. I just needed to know how that song ended. Now I know I won't ever play it again. Sorry, right. Everybody.
Well, I'm trying to make a point, I can't remember, but just
cheating and a scheming. That doesn't sound nothing like him. Duke boys, that boss hog is just a cheating and a because he's like kind of country, but not 100%.
Well, different man did the voice on there.
I think that's really him.
Is that him?
I think it is.
Yeah, you know how actors are.
Getting that money.
Well,
Denver Powell taking that money.
But like to play it differently. I do it like this when I'm on TV, and I do it like this when I'm cartoon.
Different universe.
You got to do something to, that's the only thing that man did for a long time.
Animated universe. When I'm Uncle Jesse on the animated universe, I talk a little more like, and the boss hog was just a cheating and a scheming and Yeah, nothing like him at all. I don't know. I can't do a good Uncle. What impression, Dukes of Hazzard impression, are you best at?
I do gee, What?
That sounded just like him.
Well, that's how I used to do.
That's how it sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, not anymore.
Well, no, Mr. Best passed on, bless his soul, but he, funny man. He had a thing. He'd get all worked up, just geek.
I think he also spoke out in because I was on his Facebook page. I followed his Facebook page. I think he also got mad about the Confederate flag.
Well,
like, leave it alone.
Well, he didn't live to see what I'm seeing, so.
That's true. Could change his mind. Could change his mind.
Could change mine. I didn't.
I'm sure he would have.
Well, I would hope so.
I'm going to say it right now. Would you have made James Best take his Confederate flag shirt off?
I don't care who it is.
Before he come in the store?
I don't care who no. Unless, like I said, somehow something comes around and makes it good again, which honestly, I can't see anything. I don't care how many fires he runs into. No, that's it. That's it for me. That's it.
And later, Bo and Luke come on the Dukes of Hazzard cartoon. I don't know how many years it was on, but then Bo and Luke got on there too.
What, they weren't on it?
That was Coy and Vance.
On the cartoon?
Yeah, when it started, I guess
they weren't on the show for hardly at all, though.
I guess they were on long enough for the cartoon to start production.
Well,
man, how racist must the rest of that cartoon be if they're racing around the world? What kind of accents are they hearing?
Don't
in
tell
the rest
people
of the
to
world?
look at that. It's No, I don't want no.
That is like the worst idea. Let's take this Confederate flag car, get it on the road, and see how many funny foreign accents we can squeeze into 30 minutes. Oh, and a raccoon that talks. Raccoon talks, that's forward thinking.
Keep that when that's fine, because that's in that
yeah,
thing
that's
in
about
now.
30 years ahead of its time.
And credit where credit's due, yeah.
Yes. So talking raccoon, I don't know if the raccoon talked. I think it just went like chicka chicka choo or whatever.
Well, he understood what they were saying. That's
Well,
good
now
enough.
raccoon, I got a new letter here from my nephews, Bo and Luke. They were his nephews, right? What is the
Uncle Jesse, yeah.
What is the family relation? This is where you,
Cousins.
the listener, comes in. How's everybody related on Dukes of Hazzard?
Everybody's cousin, he's an uncle.
Well, what about Daisy?
Cousin, right? Yeah.
And Uncle Duke is just Uncle
And I ain't
Jesse's,
trying to make no stereotype Southern people all, people say that all the time. That's terrible. Southern stereotype, go with your cousin. Oh, that's, you get tired of hearing that. Except Jeff Foxworth, now he does it sometimes.
He does it good.
But he does it good. There's a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it.
See, Jackie, standing up for the South. He's saying, take your Confederate flag shit off, but I don't want to hear none of that I married my cousin crap. You can be a proud Southerner,
I think so.
but a little ashamed.
Well, people all through, when they had the thing on YouTube all the time, people said, right, you don't want to get that Southern flag. We never had a Southern flag on all them things on there.
We had Tennessee flag,
That's right.
which looks a little bit like the Confederate flag. I don't think it has. Does the Tennessee flag? It doesn't have anything to do with the Confederate flag, does it?
I don't think it does.
It's just a circle. It's only so many colors.
Everything's still blue star. It's just how you put it on there.
I think it, but it does suggest.
It's just red, got the blue star and blue circle and the white star. That's it. It ain't got the crosses on it like Confederate flag. It's Tennessee flag.
Tennessee flag.
We never did put that on because you put that, and some people do, and so be it. At one time, hell, you can still do it. Just can't put it in here. And I don't think maybe it ought to be, flying up proud over what went on. That terrible thing, I don't think that needs to be up. But other than that, put it on car, whatever else you can't come in here at this time and place with it.
I really thought we were done talking about the Confederate flag when we played this song.
Well, there's a lot to say about it, and you and I ain't got anything worth a darn to say about it, so I'm just going to do my sponsor. Get my mind off of how terrible. No, don't do that. The July 4th's coming up, so hopefully this country move ahead and to try to do better and put things behind it and move on like it always has, and we'll see what happens. But July 4th's coming up, and I'll tell you what, that's the day to celebrate independence. There's still a lot of good things here. And I tell you one good thing we got here going, here in Rutherford County anyway, is one of the best plumbers you'll ever find. And I'll go ahead, I'll say this right now. I ain't been all 50 states. I ain't never been to 3. But I tell you right now.
What are the 3?
I can't. Arkansas one time, Kentucky.
You can't remember 3 states.
Arkansas, Kentucky, when I was a baby or something, drove
been
me
to
around.
Alabama? You ain't been to Alabama?
I said when I was a baby, drove me around. I can't remember. If I can't remember what it was, I lost my train of thought.
Where'd you guard the Jeep?
Listen here.
You got to have been to more than 3 states. Or are you erasing the memory of states you don't? Are you ashamed of some of the states you've been to?
I ain't ashamed of no state. I didn't have nothing to do with it. If I was in a state, I was in a state. I know I was in Arkansas one time. And Kentucky. I've probably been in more than I realized, because Florida years ago went down to Florida.
Talladega?
Talladega, that's true. Went there, used to go there. I've
What
been
if
in
it
more.
turns out you've been to every state?
I ain't been to every state. Maybe I just trying to make an example. I ain't been that many states. Something, and I thought it was 3, but I was
Fact
wrong.
check. You got fact check.
Well, I ain't got time to
check
sit.
everybody.
If I
these
sat
days.
here and fact check all the time, then I never say a word.
Look, I know you really want to portray yourself as backwards and hickish as possible, but I'm pretty sure
None of
you've
that.
been. Look how many states border Tennessee. Like, how many states border Tennessee?
One.
So many of them.
2.
It's hard not to.
One every which way. There's a lot
One
of
every
them,
which way. Mississippi. Hey, let's just go. Mississippi. There's
Kentucky.
Alabama. There's Kentucky. There's Arkansas. There's Georgia.
Georgia's down there, yeah.
What about the East Tennessee over that way? Is North Carolina?
North Carolina. I
What
think,
about,
yeah.
isn't there another one over there too?
Get your phone out. Look at the map on your phone. The phone got all the answers. If your phone can tell you that the Duke boys had
That's
the
fun.
Confederate flag on the cartoon, then it can tell you how many states around.
That's
Meanwhile,
boring.
I'm trying to do my damn sponsor, and you sitting there running on about this. How many states I've been to? I just ain't going to give you no colorful commentary on anything I do anymore, because you're going to run it down.
I've been to 0 states. That's what Jackie Brawls wants you to think.
No,
I ain't been nowhere. I live in a cave in a tree.
that ain't. Nope.
I
I've
talk
been
to birds and moss.
Been out to California a few times. That's right. Went there, California.
You've been to more than 3 states on our YouTube videos.
I'm trying to remember all of them. California, we went to California,
Went
Tennessee.
to Nevada.
When we went to Nevada.
Went to Las Vegas, didn't we? Wasn't that
Oh,
one of the
that's right.
things?
Went to Las Vegas. That's when he's out here.
California.
Way out California.
Las Vegas.
Yep.
That may have been it.
Tennessee, different parts of Tennessee.
Different
Not just
parts of
Murfreesboro,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Went up East Tennessee one time. I don't know if we did
Did a college
thing. Nowadays,
college appearance.
all these people saying comedians and stuff can't go to college.
Jerry Seinfeld said, "Don't go to colleges. They will not think you're funny."
That's what they said that. Who's that? Chris Rock said it too. Some other
Said,
people.
"Don't go to college."
Old
But
Bill Maher didn't want him to come because they don't like what it says with Muslims. They said don't come to college. Now they got somebody asking right now. Now this is before this horrible event happened. They, because election's coming up, people said and talk to you again. They said, we want y'all to come out and just talk about, Confederate flag. We come to, where was it? What college was it? It was up.
Was it? I don't know. Maryville.
Maryville was one
a
of them.
place?
I think what, but after this, we ain't doing it. I think I said everything I want to say about the Confederate flag on here today. Now we go to college, talk about something else, or we just ain't going to college at all.
Yeah, let's see how much they're offering.
All right, that's yeah, it's only fair.
I think they took us to. Didn't we get to go? We went to
Well, last time took us out to eat, got a steak.
Fridays.
Well, Friday's something. Ruby Tuesday, Friday is good.
We'll come to your college. Here's the thing: we were not performing to an audience of college-age kids. There were some college-age kids
Yeah,
there.
but they were kind of like passing through. I think it was in
I
a
think we were
cafeteria
in the
somewhere.
cafeteria.
They passed through. They stopped. Like, what's going on here? But the people sitting around us,
Mostly, brought the average age up. So I don't know why we ain't in Branson, man.
I think I've been to Branson. Yes, I've been to. It was just figure speech, 3 states.
I live in a bucket and a dumpster.
Well, all I gotta say of all the states I've been to, I ain't ever seen a plumber as good or as, I know this for a fact, like I was saying, entertaining. Now, that's what most people think when you talk about Jackie. A plumber has that entertaining, unless, of course, you interested in that sort of thing. If that's a trade you trying to pick up.
Which some people get off on that.
What?
There's got to be plumber fetishes, not just Mr. Leaky.
I'm saying people going to school, pass it down. Daddy, pass it down.
Right.
Flammy, plumber, family, or whatever. Even if you just go get some people, it's and that sort of thing.
Well,
That's
I
what
know
they
these
do.
porn cliche.
I don't want to
I'm
hear
here
anything
to
about
fix
that.
the pipes.
Just hush.
Baby.
I don't like it in the bathroom and that talk together. Just leave it alone. Plumber's what you're supposed to be doing in there. Well, hopefully not. If it, but pipe's gonna go bad no matter where you live, who you are. It's gonna happen. And this something happens down the line, But July 4th, Independence Day. Make sure it's what time? It's
6:30 p.m.
6:30. I'll hover around.
Hover Round channel, the Christian
channel,
rerun channel,
they
shows
used
Matlock and the Hover Round, mostly Hover Round.
Hover around is and
Speed it up, slow it down.
6:30. It's gonna be something else. Now I saw one thing he's done. It was crazy, just what I saw there, and then he come in and said, "No, I decided, don't want to do it for whatever reason. I don't know. I just tell him not to. Nothing I said, but I just know whatever it is, it's going to be something else.
He said it's going to be bigger, better, and badder.
Well, I don't like rap music on it. It's not just don't care for it. I turn that part down. The rest of it's all good. He goes down the toilet just as smooth and like it always does. That's something is going to happen, but how's it going to happen? He's going to fight a monster, is it, whatever. But he go in the toilet, fix it, come out. This commercial is what I'm saying. This ain't like a telethon or something. It's just a commercial. This ain't going to be on, but what, a minute long, something like that? I don't know. Or did he pay longer for it?
He may. This could be, sometimes they're longer. I mean, like, how long was that first cut you saw?
Well, that was long, and he said that was just part of it. Like, that ain't the whole thing. He said, yeah, I ain't got it all done in that. But, they cut him up, put this part in, part that, so I don't know. But this one, the one he's going to do, coming on, is going to be something else. That's all I can tell you, because every time. But there's been one that was a long time ago. You'd think, well, that was a good commercial. That's one of them ones you laugh at and you like if you have sound down and it's all, but then you think it's over and it just keeps on, keeps on going. He did 2 or 3 like it.
Like give you a second to catch your breath.
Well, like he tricks you, like it goes black, like this, this is over and then it comes back up and it's still going. Like part 2.
You think is there a reunion with Little Leaky, his kid sidekick?
That didn't work out for some reason, maybe, I don't know. It might be, and I can't remember, sound like he said something else. This may be the anniversary of Mr. Leaky commercials, and because he talked about that one time, and I don't know if he said, well, he's going to bring all of them back. Everybody's in, the ones he legally can.
Everybody that's ever been in a Mr. Leaky commercial
come back for anniversary, but I don't know. I'm
like
not
in Expendables of Mr. Leaky commercials.
But I don't know if that's this year or next year. Can't remember. Must be next year because what he showed me, but of course he threw all that out. So what I know, he may be starting over with all of them. I have no idea. But he did say that one time he's going to bring all of them back except for the ones he got in trouble over. That they said lawyer says rip off or whatever. What's that thing you call it?
Parody.
No, he did. They said it wasn't parody. They said he got the thing in it, the big yellow thing that he had. He made it himself, but it looked just like those yellow things running around with the eyes.
Minion.
Whatever it is, children like it.
Well, he had Thor and Iron Man in the.
Well, I told you he's going back and doing that. He took all that out. And to me, it seemed like because he didn't like it. But he may have been mad because I told him he couldn't. I don't know. But I know he got in trouble that one time over the yellow thing, whatever that is. I ain't going to say it looked like something stupid.
What he needs to do is do a co-brand, like get Minion movie on board, like Mr. Leaky, fix your toilet. Also, go see Minions in theaters.
Wow.
It's a movie. Work together with people.
yellow thing's in the movie.
Got its own movie now.
Oh, hell.
Everywhere you look, you see that little yellow things.
Man, I don't care nothing about it.
And what his that Mr. Leaky commercial was, he found a bunch of them floating. That was controversial because he found a bunch of them floating. They weren't the right size. They were like marshmallow size, but he found a bunch of them floating in the toilet. And they had to.
It was stopped up.
It was stopped up with minions, like little minions.
Well, they got mad about it. Whoever lawyer, somebody said, because that commercial only aired one time. I thought it was fun, because it's silly. Like I said, it's stupid, it's silly. That's, bunch of them in the toilets, even sillier. But that's what it's supposed to be, get your attention. But it was stopped up with one of those little yellow things the kids like. And that commercial only came on once, and they said, you couldn't.
Well, kids were traumatized, thinking a bunch of kids wouldn't even use the toilet because they thought they're going to do it on Minions. So
it's hard enough getting children at a certain age to get that right anyway. You don't need that. But he wasn't doing it for that reason. Now, he wasn't trying to make children not go to the bathroom, whatever. He just...
And some kids were scared a minion going to come. They sit down on it. Here come a minion up. Like
well, I don't know why.
Minion going to bite my butt.
He kills all of them in the commercial. So that's...
the ones that ain't drowned.
Oh, he kills them all. That's what he does. He goes in there, kills them all, flush them down, gets it smooth. Where all works.
So he just slide down there. Always got to get it smooth.
But that's the point why they're scared if they saw Mr. Leaky kill all of them. He killed every one of them yellow things.
Well, at the end of The Exorcist, the devil.
Well,
whatever happened to the devil? What happens at the end of The Exorcist?
Hell, I don't know.
But you still scared of the parts before the end of it.
Well. But he killed them as a point. You shouldn't be scared of anything down there because he went down in there and took care of it.
So
you should be more concerned about doing the business on him than the yellow things is the point I'm trying.
That's true. Why don't kids? I've never heard one kid say. I guess they know that he can get in and out of a toilet because he does that in every commercial just about.
How kids funny. They'll check first. You lift it up, man. You down there, look for them, make sure. That's like Santa Claus, same thing. It's cookies and milk sort of thing.
He does encourage you to, for kids to leave snacks out if he or one of his.
Well, that's fun for the
Leaky
kid
helpers.
to do. And some people, it helps them. Like you go in there, go find Mr. Leaky, and you go lift it up. He ain't in there. All right, it's time to go. This helps children learn how to do it right. Young ones,
But I don't like the idea of a snack in the bathroom, period.
Huh.
I don't think you should. I know you're leaving it for Mr. Leaky like a sandwich or...
Well, a hand come out and get it. It's like he's busy working. But that's like for just fun for children.
Well, this is going to be some 4th of July, folks.
I'm looking forward to it because it's
6:30 p.m., whatever you're
hover
doing.
around channel. Hover around where they show them all. Matlock comes on 4. Well, 4 early, 3 or 4 around. But anyway, I know we're going to be doing stuff. It's like 4 going to have barbecue. I want to encourage everybody to do that. Go
inside
at 6:30. Get ready. If you got a bunch of people, out there on the lake, or if people in the backyard at the, picnic table, playing volleyball, whatever it is you done, make sure you give them enough time. Don't just wait till 6:30 and say, all right, let's go inside. Because by the time you get them all in there, it'd be over with, I reckon. Unless you something.
You got to plan ahead. Whatever you're doing at 6:30 p.m.
I'd say right around 6 o'clock. Right around 6 o'clock. Because, if you got people drinking, and by then you start around noon,
yep.
You got to get all them in the house. On the boat or wherever you got the TV at. Some people got them little TVs taken outside, but still, you got to get everybody to come around it. You can't just turn it on and expect people to look at it. So I'd say maybe even before that, maybe 5:45. I'd start, on the ones that had the most to drink. Start on them first, because everybody else fall in line after that.
Don't forget everybody. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right. You help there's always going to be somebody around there, and that's the holiday. It's okay. But I'd start about 5:45, get everybody in there in front of the TV, and turn it on. It's going to be something else. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm clueless. I can't remember anything. I mean, he says, to be quite honest, he'll say one thing and something else the next. I don't know until I see it.
Good advice, folks. Good sponsor, Jackie. 6:30, Independence Day.
I am.
Don't do anything else.
Yep.
Mr. Leaky commercial. That's Mr. Leaky.
I'm looking forward to it. It's part of the holidays. You don't need anything else to make Independence Day better. It's just because it's Independence Day. That's enough history, but still, nice to have it too. Might as well,
Clear your schedule. 6:30 p.m. July 4th.
Well,
Don't be doing nothing else. I got a sponsor this week, Jackie.
yeah.
6:30 p.m. on July 4th, folks. You are going to want to tune your television station
Well,
to the Christian channel that advertises the weird Christian bluegrass band.
well,
Not the Christian channel that shows Matlock and the Hover-Round commercials.
that's one.
This Christian channel shows the commercials for the weird Christian bluegrass band, and they show, and occasionally they'll show an old Big Valley.
Yeah. I know what
That's where
channel.
you're going to want to tune your television station into.
No, I like the Big Valley and all that. It's the only thing on there. I watch the other gets on my nerve. But not 6:30 is when Miss Leaky is coming on the Hover Around Chris channel. Not you got it mixed up.
Well, Jackie, I'm afraid I don't have it mixed up. I'm afraid my sponsor this week is
Well,
Horse Gravy, announcing their upcoming 4th of July spectacular commercial, television commercial premiere, premiering at 6:30 p.m. July 4th on the other Christian channel.
they have a commercial for that.
Folks, I don't know if you remember Horse Gravy, but I don't see how you
remember.
could forget. It's probably the most popular food item
Not around here. Not in my store. No, sir.
in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
People don't buy it here. And I tell you what, if you bring a jar of that anywhere near you, leave that out there with the Confederate flag.
Well, he's got a horse gravy bucket, too. He empties out the gravy into the bucket and then puts
all
the glass in the recycling.
But Confederate flags only use this is history museum, but they ain't no good use, far as I'm concerned, for whatever kind of gravy it is.
Jackie, I'm looking forward to this Mr. Leaky commercial, too. But summertime, sometimes blockbuster entertainment events open opposite each other. This weekend, people were still going to see Jurassic World as surely as they were going to see Pixar's Inside Out. There's no reason people can't DVR Mr. Leaky and watch that after they enjoy the first television commercial.
They can VD all your thing and watch. You really think, this funny to me, that you think anybody is going to miss a new Mr. Leaky commercial to turn it over to watch something on gravy? I don't think so. If they... Horse gravy ain't got nobody going down in no toilet in no way.
But you know what horse gravy's got? Horse gravy has a man and a woman and two kids, and they sitting around the table, and the mother brings in the food, and she says, that you have to forgive me, Jackie. I didn't do all these commercials like you did.
I wish I never did. I guess I didn't do them good enough for anybody. So I guess I ain't good enough to watch no commercial on it either. I don't, it may, I'll go ahead and say horse gravy tastes good. You dip about anything into it, tastes good. But
and it stays swirled. It's brown gravy and white gravy.
All that, yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, it's all good. But you lost a customer in me. I guess I ain't good enough to eat it neither.
Jackie used to read. You can go back and listen to these podcasts if you like, folks. I don't have the numbers, but it's few months ago. We
I ain't
went
got numbers because I don't want to remember no numbers on that.
Jackie read the copy. The horse gravy man come by, and he'd drop off the jars of horse gravy, and he'd give Jackie some copy to read on his podcast.
I don't want to go through it. I already gone through it once. I don't want to sit here and listen to you go through it again.
And the commercials really painted a picture of a harried mom trying to do her best to feed her family, in the family, let's be honest, they were sort of assholes. They always found something to complain about, and the mother said, "Oh, won't someone?" How did it go, Jackie?
I don't remember how any of it goes.
They'd go like tostadas again.
I'm surprised you know how it goes because if I did it so bad, how's anybody remember any of it? If I did it where like nobody couldn't be understood, evidently, guess my accent's too thick, or I didn't say a word just right. Well, if that was the case, you should have told me from the beginning.
So, Horse Gravy has its first televised commercial. Now you're going to get to see that horse in the flesh.
What?
Come out and open the kitchen door or whatever, wherever they might be, and
There's going to be a horse in the commercial.
Just like, from what I've gathered.
Is he going to talk?
The man come by and he said, what you can expect is what you've come to expect from all Horse Gravy ad copy. Look for the same characters, the same. Look for the same.
I don't know.
Only you can see it.
No, I ain't gonna look for nothing. I admit now, anytime a horse talking something, usually something I won't see. I'll say it right now. That's barn animals talking. I don't like dog, cat, Benji. I didn't like him. Running his mouth. I like the barn animals talking. Babe, pig, and things like that.
Like a horse.
Horse, Mr. Ed, all of them. All of them talk. Now, that's something fun to watch. It's just because you grow up around that thing, something you familiar with, but you sure ain't familiar with it doing something like that. So I guess that's the attraction or whatever. But,
well,
no.
he told me that they have not cast the voice of the horse.
Oh, have they not? Well, I don't hope by July 4th he figures out what he's going to do.
If you want me to put you on tape, I can give it to him.
I ain't going to give him no tape. I ain't going to give out commercial time of day. That's what I'm saying. I hardly ever miss something with a horse, saying something or talking sometime. Now, I used to not like animals talking, but like I said, barnyard animals talking, that's something I like. Learned to like that a long time ago.
Well, it sounds like you'd be perfect. If you like, I can get,
I don't like Morse cat. I never did like Morse cat. Run his mouth. I never did like Benji, running all over the place.
When
Couldn't
did
do
Benji
nothing.
talk? I don't
he
remember
always
Benji
running
talk.
his mouth. Every one of them. Just
Are you sure you're thinking of Benji?
Benji never would stop.
What did
I don't
he
know why
sound like?
anybody they lose him, and good riddance as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to hear that dog run his mouth.
Well, I'm sorry, Jackie.
Benji got lost with it was an old white dog and a black cat, and Benji got lost, run the miles all the way home.
Look, all I know, Jackie, is I'm going to give the Horse Gravy man the tape of me doing my Uncle Jesse voice.
Well, you do it. That's fine. I don't need to hear it. I don't want to see it. Like I said, it'd be hard, to get me not to look at a talking horse, but I'm glad not to look at this one. I don't care. 6:30, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be watching Mr. Leaky go down that toilet bowl and do whatever he's going to do down there and fix it. And I'll turn down the music, or volume on it. But that's not going to, no, sir. I don't.
You think Mr. Leaky going to be mad at Horse Gravy Man?
I don't think Mr. Leaky give Horse Gravy Man two thoughts in a day. He don't know anything about it, and why should he?
Well, I mean, Mr. Leaky, pretty much, the Murfreesboro media landscape is changing, folks.
Yeah.
Mr. Leaky, pretty much owned best commercial year after year. But I don't know. It sounds like Horse Gravy Man's really putting some time and effort into this one. I don't know what it's going to be, but it sounds like it's going to be the traditional fan favorite, Mr. Horse Gravy commercial brought to life on the small screen. It's going to be 6:30 p.m. July 4th on the Christian channel that shows the Big Valley, and it shows
a Big Valley. I'll turn it on and watch a Big Valley. I'll watch it. But
and the Christian bluegrass.
I don't care for that. Nothing against them, but this is not my kind of thing. The way they do it, all hair. It looks like a bunch of hippies to me is what it looks like on there. But
hippies who love Jesus.
Well, good for them.
Bluegrass.
Good for them. There's plenty of people with Jesus that got a haircut too. So
I guess Jesus looked like a hippie to you.
Well, back then that was different. Back then that's what it was.
Context.
Well, whatever. I know I'm going to be at Independence Day, and I'm going to have it on hover around Mr. Leaky. I can't wait to see what surprise he's got.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this horse looks like.
Well,
and also they're not my sponsor, but I did just want to remind everybody you were going to want to also get down to the Sheets Towels a Freedom Fest, or the compound that's owned by Slick Sheets, Dick Sheets, Skimmy Tick Shorts, and his sister Ticky Tick Shorts. It's Take Two used dryer sheets.
That makes sense, yes.
Located next to Soured Towels.
That's the stupidest thing.
And also Slick Sheets store, Slick Sheets, where you ride down the slick sheet, and mothers do it slow and sexy. But they got two sides. The mothers go down the back of the hill, and the kids go down the front of the hill. I may have that reversed. The kids hit that inflatable goal post in between the buildings. And they're having a big 4th of July Independence Day celebration at Sheets Towels, a Freedom Fest.
Well, let's find it.
And they're going to have two. They told me this. They're going to have two big screen TVs, each tuned to a Christian channel. And they're going to let people vote like it's a goddamn Pepsi challenge. And whoever has the most.
I'll go any horse day of the week against. I don't care how much it talks or how little whatever it says either. Go up against Mr. Leaky going down the toilet fixing it. No, sir.
What they're gonna do a head count of who's watching this big screen TV and who's watching that big screen TV, who's watching the Christian channel that shows the Big Valley, and who's watching the Christian channel and the Bluegrass. Christian.
One of them,
the other one.
One screen you're gonna be looking at someone I know to be a good, upstanding individual. Maybe a little, busy, wanting you to watch stuff when when you're busy, but a good man other than that, nice fella. The other one is a GD liar. So you pick which one you want to look at.
So that's 4th of July, folks. It's just
4th
around
of July, folks. Put it on Miss Leaky Hover Around channel. It's going to be good. It's going to be a celebration. Can't wait to see what he's up to. He's going to go down that toilet good and smooth.
And also, when you're down there at Sheets Towels, the Freedom Fest, they're also having a contest to come up with a new name for Take Two used dryer sheets.
Why would they come up with another name?
Well, because people are going in there and they're buying a used dryer sheet, and on the way out, they're grabbing another one because they think it's buy one, get one free.
No, it's
because it says Take Two.
You take two of them. That's it. You don't take four. What are you saying?
No, take two. It just means like it's a second take for these dryer sheets. You're not supposed to take two. I mean, if you pay for them, you can take as many as you want.
If you take
it's not
two,
BOGO.
If you take two, you basically get one dry sheet. I like a half of one. Let it smell. That's the point I'm saying.
Well, people are just walking out the door with forever dryer sheet they bring up to the counter on the way out because they just pinned up to the wall.
If
they say,
here's
my second one.
It don't make any sense to go down there. If you like dryer sheets just the way they are from a store, why would you come down here and buy two of it? It don't make any sense. Take two. I know what it means.
Well, they don't use them. They save one for later.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah,
but you're not
in.
entitled to a second dryer sheet, is what I'm saying.
Ah,
it ain't buy one, get one free.
I see, yeah.
You have to buy each
one
used dryer
it's
sheet.
the second take on this dryer sheet.
Yes, it got a
little
second chance at life. Little smell.
I understand what you're saying now. Yeah.
But now people think it means
confused.
you
I know.
get two. Something about names of businesses is hard for people to understand.
Yeah.